Hi everyone, welcome to another video of mine. This is Double Take with me and Desiree's Dale. I am late in posting this video. What I did was I finished filming it, but I didn't edit or voice over the video, and then I procrastinated, and then I had a date with my husband, and then it was late. So that is my truth, and that is just me at the moment, and so we're going to continue on with the video. I pointed out that I did use some watercolor paper, and this was from the Target brand, the Made Modern or Modern Made Art or something like that. And I did start with the peony blush, but I also ended up bringing out the bubble gum pink. Oh my god, I did this voiceover just twice right now, the beginning, and I still stumbled on that same word, bubble gum. They're ink sprays from Dilutions, and what you can do is you can use them, you can distress them in between layers, I think. I only did the one layer and then I let it dry, and then I added water and it picks up on the color so it can get distressed. So I did I did two of these small pages, and then I ended up bringing in that vibrant turquoise from Dilutions, and I added some of that into the second paper that I made. And I used these spellbinders because I was trying to recreate the page that I showed at the beginning of this video. I believe it's from Miriam, oh shoot, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. I will link her if I remember to in the description below. And so what I did here was I cut the paper that I had made, or that I am making, because you see how I was trying to show you how I pull up the water and it pulls up the ink in a really cool way. It does make your fingers messy, and it is hard to take off, so if you don't want to get your fingers that messy, then wear gloves. But these are all the little die cuts that I made, and I also cut out some of them in cork because I wanted to bring in that color, especially from their faces. They're really tan, they're nice and colorful, and I wanted to bring out the picture color out into the layout. And so I also used the remnants from the die cutting as very, very thin layers around the photograph, and I gave it some dimension by using some foam, and I used double-sided tape to stick everything together and to make sure that it would hold. This double-sided tape I got from Tuesday Morning, and I keep repurchasing it. It's really good double-sided tape, and in a pinch when I don't want to use my ATG, or when I'm trying to save it because I'm down to like the last few rolls, I use this double-sided tape, and I have quite a bit in my stash right now, so I am trying to use that and use my ATG tape in other areas. So here, what happened was I did use that Simple Stories yellow paper, and I was going to use that as my background paper, but I had nothing of these colors in the actual paper. It's just plain yellow. So I decided that I was going to bring in this paper that I had. This is from the Paper Studio collection. It's like their year-round paper stack that has like 180 papers in it. And it has a bunch of like beach words on it. And it's kind of on an ombre rainbow color type of thing. And I really liked that it included the purples and the blues and the yellow that I'm using. So it has a variation of all the colors that I ended up using in this layout, with the exception of the green, almost, because I do use a bit of it in my title. So here you can see that I am trying to use these cork pieces. I do use several of the die cuts. I think I ended up with only like less than 8 of the die cuts in total. And that even includes my little Chernobyl style butterflies that I had. Those are the ones that I cut wrong, and they're missing a little bit from the wings or even the flowers. And so they're a bit irregular. And those are the ones that I had left over using this layout. So I'm quite proud that I was able to use most of the ones that I made, and also and cork pieces included. And it didn't seem too overwhelming for me because I didn't want to make it too full. I wanted to make it look like the layout, and even though I didn't have any of those Altanew stamp sets or any of the Altanew die cut dies, the wafer thin dies. I I'm not even sure how she ended up using them. All I know is that she did use Altanew things to make her layout. I wanted to show that it doesn't have to be the exact same thing. You can make a replica, a scrap lift, a sort of variation or inspiration of the same page and still make it with what you're using. And to further prove that point, I am using materials from my mini kit Monday still, and I think I had asked Desiree that was going to be one of the things that I kept using, even though we're trying to do the double take series. I was going to, so every month my supplies will change, and I'm still going to use my mini kit Monday kit supplies to make this series, but it will always try to replicate or use inspiration from the double take guidelines. So here I realized that I wanted kind of bigger flowers. So what I ended up doing is they had this die that had two leaves in a stem cut out together, so they were meant to be like tucked behind a flower, and it was two leaves poking out of the flower. So I used to make those as petal, and I glued three of them together and it would make 6 petals, and I ended up using that as a layering piece for a larger flower, and it worked out perfectly because I had some of those dies that have a skinnier type of petal versus a rounded one, and these were more pointy, so I was able to make 2 or 3 variations of that flower with that extra larger set of my own self-created. So even though the die didn't call for them to be flowers, I put all those 3 sets of leaves together because they're meant to be used as leaves, and I made my own flower, and it was just a bit bigger, and it goes, I think, in my opinion, I think it goes with the same type of flowers that they made with this spellbinder set. That's what I ended up using. And of course, I got my set at Tuesday Morning, which is a lot cheaper, and to me seems like a more it seems to me like a better deal, because I don't think I would actually pay the retail price that it shows there versus the Tuesday Morning price. So most of my stash is or has accumulated or has been what am I trying to say? My inventory has been built up by Tuesday Morning, so I'm a regular patron of theirs, and I keep saying I'm in a spending freeze, and I know that I should be, but I think I'm also building up some of the things that I don't have in my inventory. So I don't know that I'm gonna say that I'm on a spending freeze anymore. I'm gonna try not to go shopping because I really shouldn't, but at the same time, I know that I am trying to be more careful with my spending. I mean, my husband goes with me, and he goes through the clearance aisle and he checks for things, and sometimes I do pick out some of those things because he's looking out for me, but at the same time I don't choose everything that he brings over just because it's on clearance. So I'm trying to slowly and carefully curate the things that I do have and the things that I don't have. So here you can see that my layout is a bit more uh, fleshed out as far as all the flowers go. I did show you the process somewhat with the corner, and you did see that I did put the wild sticker, and that's from a thicker set from, it's called Chill, and they're from Thickers. The summer word is from the Simple Stories Summer Vibes cardstock sticker set, and I put those stacked up together, and then I lined the word summer with a black marker, fine liner tip pen that can write on the photograph, and that went pretty swimmingly. I did add, as you can tell here, I did add some of the jewels after the enamel dots. It froze on me, so I didn't know it was still recording, but I also added some rhinestones, and then I also forgot to add the tag over the photograph, which is something that you will see here. Here it is without, and then it's with at the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Desiree's. Her video already came out, but if you haven't seen it and you're coming through my channel, don't forget to check out her take on this layout itself. And we'll see you for the next double take video on the last Friday of August. Bye!